So what's the Grape Explorer talking about today? Well, we are back to our Bordeaux series where we identify properties in Bordeaux. And today we are talking about Saint-Emilion, and we are talking about the premier property in Saint-Emilion for historical reasons, for also top-level reasons. We're talking about Chateau Ausone. And Chateau Ausone, if nobody's familiar with the medieval village of Saint-Emilion, is when you go to the village, you can actually walk to Ausone, but it's kind of perched up, so you'd actually have to take the car to get up to the top of the hill. But this is owned by Alain Vauthier, very, very interesting guy. We got a chance to go visit when we stayed in Saint-Emilion, and we had an appointment to taste the 22 vintage, which I'll highlight in this video. But of course, I do not have a bottle of Ausone, because the funny thing of it is, there's only 1,000 cases made. So in the 19 vintage, I had an allocation of 1 bottle, which is like, okay, that's crazy, right? And then in 2020, I had an allocation of 1 bottle of Ausone. So I finally was a good boy. And this past year, in 2022, we actually got a 6-pack of Ausone. Quite proud of myself to do that. But when we had a chance to go there, and of course, when you visit Ausone, it's always the highlight of a trip, just to see these ancient cellars. Ausone was named after a very famous poet called Ausonius, who actually, that was his summer villa, which was the property today. So when you go there and you see the cellars of Ausone, I mean, you're talking like you're going back into the 14th century. But there's not much wine to be had. Ausone is a very, very tiny property. They do make a second wine of Ausone, but 1,000 cases for the whole world doesn't go very far. So, but at the same time, yeah, we were quite, they gave us a gift here, you know, when we were there of Ausone, so I wanted to show everybody this. But I also want to read my notes on 22 vintage, because it was one of the highlights of my trip. So when we tasted this wine, it had a deep, dark color, very deep note of spice tone, dried red fruits and mineral that are very alluring, lovely rich palate impression in the front, and a well-balanced attack of fruit and acidity and tannins, and a long, lingering finish. Terrific this year, 98 plus points. The wine was a wine that's going to obviously outlive all of us. I mean, Ausone is one of the finest wines that's made in Saint-Emilion. But, you know, at the same time, very, very difficult wine to get. Almost impossible. The allocation numbers are just not there. So, but we wanted to highlight this because we love Ausone. I love this property. The Vauthier family, they're this most gracious family. When you go there, they can't be more welcoming, and you know, they're very proud, obviously, of the history of this estate. So we're very proud to not only taste the wine, but to get an allocation of it. Again, this is the Grape Explorer talking about great Grand Cru Classe.